Obviously, a very, very exciting day as we introduce our 8th athletic director in Missouri Western history, Mr. Josh Looney. And before we get started today, just wanted to recognize a few special guests that we do have in attendance today. First, the chair of the Missouri Western State University Board of Governors, Mr. Dave Lichty. Dave, thank you for being here today. Also, Board of Governors member Al Purcell. Al, thank you for being here. And Student Governor Joseph Kellogg. Joseph, thank you for being here. Any members of the Gold Coat Board, if you would stand to be recognized as well, those of you that are in attendance today. Thank you very much. And last but not least, another distinguished guest we have here with us, Commissioner of the MIAA, Mr. Mike Racy. Mike, thanks for being here. Honored to have you here today. You know, when you work in athletics, you kind of come to expect change. People, they come and they go. We add new sports. We build new buildings, just as this one we're in here right now. But it's always nice to have those people that remain the same, that remain consistent. And one of those people for us here at Missouri Western is Mr. Zach Workman. At this time, I'll invite Zach up to say a few words. Zach was a captain on the very first football team here at Missouri Western. He's a member of our Athletics Hall of Fame. And for nearly 20 years, he's been the chairman of the Gold Coat Board. So without further ado, Zach.
Well, guys, thank you very much. First of all, what a great day to be at Griffin. There are so many positive things taking place, not only what we've seen in the past, but so many great things now to take place in our future. Before we kind of get started, I do want to thank Jeannie Daffern for heading the search committee. It was an absolute pleasure for me to get a chance to know her as well as our other members of the search committee, her leadership style, her quietness, her gentle touch along the way. All those things are greatly appreciated, so thank you so much. I have had the pleasure for longevity to be around every one of our athletic directors, starting with Charlie Burry, sort of our godfather, if you will, of our athletic department, who sort of set the trend for what Missouri Western stands for those things we look for in the future. And we've had a chance to have some outstanding athletic directors along the years for so many years. Today, we get a chance to introduce another one. And it is our hopes and our dreams that he will be here for many years to lead this university and this athletic department to places we have not been yet. And those places that we dare to get as champions and as people who serve and support this athletic department. So we do welcome that for sure. I do know there's a quote that Josh had put into his biography a little bit that said that you can't come home. I think we've changed that today, so Josh, welcome home. And to your lovely wife and to Parker, who we'll get to know now for many years and watch her grow as well. It is a great opportunity for us to expand and to do some great things here at the university. So again, Josh, thank you so much. We look forward to many years of working with you and doing great things at this university. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Zach. Thanks all that you do for Missouri Western, especially being part of the search committee that did a fantastic job this time. It's now my pleasure to introduce the president of Missouri Western State University, Dr. Robert Vardabedian. Dr. Vardabedian began at Missouri Western in 2008, and under his leadership, we've seen tremendous growth in international student enrollment, online courses, and the campus has obviously expanded greatly. The Griffin Indoor Sports Complex, the Spring Sports Complex, and this facility that we're in right now have all been constructed under Dr. V's leadership. And you may have noticed on the other side of the building here, there's another football team that wears red that we share the campus with every summer. Dr. V was very instrumental in making Missouri Western the summer training camp home of the Kansas City Chiefs, and a huge point of pride. Yes, thank you. Dr. V is also a passionate supporter of student athletes, and we always say this every time we introduce Dr. V at an athletics press conference. It's not just speak. It's not just a line that we put in a script. And I was reminded as I was looking through my notes of a time a couple of years ago when the stadium was under construction. Things were kind of makeshift. We had to get through a soccer season and a football season with really only half of a stadium. And so during our soccer games, we'd asked all the fans to sit on the other side just to avoid kind of the construction mess and some of the logistical issues we had that year. And we're working a soccer game, and we're in our little makeshift press box that kind of looked about like a chicken coop. And we hear this yelling. It's coming from this side of the bleachers, and there's not supposed to be any fans there. And we're looking at each other like, do you hear that? Yeah, I hear it too. Well, where's it coming from? Because, we can see most of the upper part of the bleachers, and we don't see anybody there. So finally, I just got out and said, I'm going to go figure out what's going on here. We've got some crazed fan over here on the home side of the bleachers. They're not supposed to be here. And what do I find but Dr. V pacing up and down the main concourse in a suit and tie. It was a hot day out. He's waving his arms around and cheering and hooting and hollering for the Griffins. So just proof that he really, truly does care about our student athletes and care about athletics here at Missouri Western. So without further ado, we welcome Dr. Robert Vartabedian.
Well, thank you, Nick, and thank you for not arresting me. Well, what a nice crowd today on this very special occasion. Before I introduce our new athletic director, I would like to say a few words about our Gold Coat president, Zach Workman, and our excellent athletic director search committee led by Provost Jeannie Daffern. There's Jeannie. First, Zach Workman. Many of you probably know this, but you could not find a more dedicated president of an intercollegiate athletic booster organization than Zach Workman. That's one of the most remarkable things I've experienced on this campus, is his dedication to our program and our student athletes. And Mary Workman is a part of that partnership as well, so we really appreciate that. I think the impressive applicant pool that we had for this position, 52 applicants, and at least a dozen of those applicants were sitting successful athletic directors at comparable schools. I think that is a direct reflection of Zach Workman's dedication to our program. So thank you very much, Zach. I sure appreciate that. Thank you. Regarding our search committee led by Provost Jeannie Daffern, I don't know if you've ever conducted an athletic director search. This is my third one here, but they are very intense, very competitive, and obviously very, very important. You get hundreds of phone calls and emails, and I knew that leading this search committee, I needed someone with unquestionable integrity, and that, I think, describes Dr. Daffern. Dr. Daffern and that excellent search committee did not disappoint me in the least bit. We even gave them a deadline of the end of July, thinking if they're within a month, we'd be lucky, and by golly, they met the end of July deadline. So thank you very much. You did your work, did it exceedingly well, and did it in record time. So thank you, Dr. Daffern, and thank you, search committee members. If you're in the audience, please stand or raise your hand. If you're already standing, please stand, please stand. Thank you, thank you. Now it is my great pleasure to introduce our new athletic director, Josh Looney. He's joined here today by his entire family. His spouse, Jen, is here in the front row. His daughter, Parker, is here, and his mother and father are here as well, his father, Mike, and his mother, Jane. So thank you all very much for being a part of this experience. Thank you, folks, for joining us today. As you probably know by now, Josh has been the athletic director at East Stroudsburg University in Pennsylvania. Before that, he was the associate director of Division II athletics at the NCAA headquarters in Indianapolis, working directly under Mike Racy, the current commissioner of the MIAA. And thank you, Mike, and your two sons for joining us today on this special occasion. Prior to that, prior to his NCAA role, Josh served in various media, marketing, and public relation capacities with the Kansas City Chiefs football team for 7 years. And I believe we have some representatives from the Kansas City Chiefs here today. Thank you so much for joining us, folks. Thank you very, very much. His first job, although he describes his first job as a sandwich artist, building sandwiches in a sandwich shop. His first job after that was working for the Orlando Magic as a publicity assistant for them. So he has both academic, NCAA, and professional sports experience. Well, Josh graduated with honors in areas that are not easy to get honors in finance and management from Washburn University. While at Washburn, he lettered all 4 years as a linebacker for the Ichabod's football team. He also was the recipient of several Scholar Athlete awards. In addition to that bachelor's degree, Josh has an MBA from University of Missouri at Kansas City, and then finally, he's ABD, which means all but dissertation, on a doctorate in leadership at Creighton University. So he has very impressive academic as well as athletic and administrative credentials. I think I can honestly say to attract an athletic director of Josh's considerable caliber, it speaks volumes about our university in terms of the past and the future of our athletics program. So please join me in welcoming the 8th athletic director in Missouri Western's history, Mr. Josh Looney.
This is an unbelievable feeling. It truly feels great to be home, and with so many people here and the support at this institution. To last night when my wife Jen and I touched down at Kansas City Airport right a little bit after midnight, and it's like, wow, we're home. And then you start driving, seeing the Chiefs flags and the Royals flags, and those are things we haven't seen in 5+ years in the places we've lived. So it really feels great to be back in this community, and thank you to everyone for that opportunity. And what a special moment, what a great crowd here. The opportunity to be part of this family at Missouri Western, it's special, and we're truly humbled and honored to be part of this community, and we're also honored with the confidence that you've placed in our family to be part of it, and you welcoming us into yours. I think before we get into hitting the ground running and the things that we'll believe and that we'll do here at Missouri Western, some thank yous first to Jomel and Nick and Kent and the PR team here, and Parker Stainer, thank yous as well over there. I know in short order to put something like this together takes a lot of work. It's been a wild 48 hours for our family. I know it has been on your campus as well. Obviously, our family here today, my mom and my dad, Jenna, who's the biggest supporter that I have, and really makes this whole thing go. 5 years ago, it's interesting how things come full circle. I was packing up a dorm room in Scanlon Hall on this campus, and Jenna was starting to pack up our house. And we were about to move to Indianapolis and make a transition from pro sports to college sports, and it was a big decision for us because we loved Kansas City. This is home, and he said, well, we don't know when we'll be back. We just hope one day that we'll have that opportunity, and for that opportunity to be on this campus where kind of all that started, it's incredible how those things work themselves out. And Jenna, thanks for going along through all these trips, and we are back home. I'm excited to bring our family home. And Parker, a lot of you have met, and it's a miracle in this nice room that we've had no spills or crushed Cheerios in the carpet. But I do see some below her, so I guess watch our step as we move forward. Here on this campus, Jeannie, Dr. Vardabedian, the President's Cabinet, the coaches, the Gold Coats, thank you for everything you've done in the search process. And from the second I stepped on this campus, it was a warm and welcoming feeling. But when you're going through interviews and you go to a place, you get a feel for the culture. And it's important as an applicant, as a candidate, that culture's strong and it's positive. And I think throughout, what stood out to me and energizes our family is the positivity, the enthusiasm for the future of this institution. I said it in that public forum, this institution's ready. It's ready to be a premier Division II athletic program. And everyone that, yeah, absolutely. And that's because of the belief that's here, and that's so important. So thanks to everyone from my side of it. It's been incredible to see that and now to be part of your family. I'd be remiss if I didn't thank some former people that helped our family get back home, and starting with our president, Dr. Marcia Welsh at East Stroudsburg University. She took a chance on me as a first-time athletic director and has been an unbelievable support pillar for us at ESU and the success we've had. To Mike Racy and Terry Steeb at the NCAA, who made me a non-traditional hire at the NCAA with no college sports experience except for having played in this league, and to help me develop the skills to be an athletic director. Thank you, and thank you for coming on Media Day. I know you were down in Kansas City with the football stuff, Mike, but certainly appreciate that. The Kansas City Chiefs, certainly many people, too many people to name, and some of my former coworkers are back there, but Bob Moore, the former Director of Public Relations, two unbelievable presidents, Denny Thum and Mark Donovan, and the support that they've given, and Mitch Holthus as well, who played a large role in my path. And then Pat Williams at the Orlando Magic, that really gave the first opportunity and developed my core values toward leadership. But the thank yous past that, what are we going to do here, right? What's our model, and how are we going to move forward and take what's an unbelievable opportunity and setting for Missouri Western and continue to build and take it to that premier athletic program from top to bottom and in all areas. And I think for me, I'm fortunate to where I've seen a lot of different programs run, whether it's an NBA franchise, an NFL franchise. When I was at the NCAA, traveling all across the country to different campuses, was on almost 100 Division II campuses during my nearly 4 years in Indianapolis, to what we're doing at East Stroudsburg, what we have been doing. And I think the core that makes any program successful, any team successful, any organization outside of sports successful is relationships and a commitment to invest in those relationships and fostering positive and healthy relationships. And that's what we'll do here. And it'll start with our coaches. It'll start with our student athletes in our athletic department supporting each other. And it's going to move into our campus and our faculty. And I know that's not a problem here already. This campus has tremendous pride and support. And then it starts ballooning, and you bring into your community and the St. Joseph community, and then the alums that are in Kansas City and that are out of state. And it's a culture, and it all starts with investing in relationships, because if you don't invest in your own, people aren't going to invest in our group. So first and foremost, that's our core value and what we will do, and I truly believe you can't build a premier athletic program without that core value. The other areas will be open and accessible to this community and to St. Joseph. We want our student athletes and our coaches out in the community, and we want the community to be part of this group. We'll have targeted goal setting, clear expectations, and action-oriented results for each one of our programs and our coaches. And our 3 pillars will never shy away from classroom, competition, and community. We want GPAs to go up here in each and every program, even our best programs that are graduating at high levels and have GPAs well above 3.0 and 3.2. We want to keep sending those up. We want to win ball games. We will win ball games here, and that's important. And of course, the community. I don't think you can reach those goals and have the success on the playing field if you don't have the support of the community. So those are our 3 pillars, and they may seem simple, but they're important. And you can't be successful unless you're successful on all 3. Because last time I checked, if you hit 2 out of 3, that's barely a passing grade. I don't know if a 60% here, 66% is a D plus or an F here, but it's not good enough. You have to hit on all 3 of those. I can also promise you we'll deliver a growth mindset in this athletic department. I'm somebody that likes to seek and celebrate first, and we'll do that along with our coaches, whether it's a first-year track program, whether it's a first championship, or if it's something smaller that's a first. We want to celebrate those together as a department. This institution's unbelievable in the social media and the digital branding that's already there, and we'll build on that and make it a competitive advantage for Missouri Western. And we'll also wage war on the status quo every single day in our athletic department. It's a great responsibility to shape and develop young men and women on a college campus and to have a hand in that through athletics, and it's a responsibility that we won't take lightly. But what I can guarantee you is that this athletic department will be one that this community and everyone in here is proud of, and every single day when we come to campus, we'll be proud to wear our Griffin on our hearts and we'll be lucky to be working here every single day. So I appreciate all the support and thank everybody from this institution. We're excited to be here.
So it looks like we have a framed picture of the new Spratt Stadium and scoreboard for you, Josh.
Yeah.
And I think we have some other goodies too. Okay? And I think we also have a basket for your family here.
Yeah, Jim Parker, come on up. We got some gifts for you as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rocky Mountain chocolate and various memorabilia from Missouri Western. So here you go. Welcome to our community. Great to have you here. There you go.
There you go.